Howdy, this is Eddie, another episode of Corn-Fed Bushcraft. In this episode of Bug Out Bag Essentials, we're going to be talking about cook kits. So stay tuned. Alright everybody, this is my cook set. I usually carry one large bowl. These can be purchased at the dollar store. They're actually a stainless steel dog food bowl. Cook a lot out of them. You can see there's a little bit of discoloration there. I've cooked out of it quite a bit. Most of you know I've always been a big fan of these. These are the smaller version of that bowl. You can see the discoloration there. I've cooked out of them quite a bit. Awesome for bushcraft on a budget or anything along that lines. Here we have my upgrade. This, which I have no idea what this pan was used for. I do know, let's see here, let's see what it says. It says Hercules Food Service, Brooklyn, New York. This come out of a garage sale. One of those little free things that some people put at the garage sale, you know, anything in this box for free. Well, this was one of those items. It's a lot stronger than the dog food containers, so looking forward to actually getting that out in the field and running a few tests with it, seeing how it does. I do like these handles on this one. Most of you know these style bowls, I carry a set of mini vice grips. Well, with this bowl here, you really don't even have to have the mini vice grips. I mean, you can take a stick and stick it in here under that little lip and lift that whole pan. You can do it with your knife or anything, you know. So it seems like it's going to be a pretty awesome discovery. And yes, I do carry two containers. You know, I've always got somebody with me, so you know, I'll cook in that one, serve me up some in that, you know, and then they can eat what's out of that bowl or vice versa. You know, my wife carries a cook kit similar, but she uses those two pans I showed you earlier. So that adds two more, you know, utensils right there, you know, if she's with me. So we've always got plenty of containers. And then I also have my canteen cup and things of that nature. Alright, well, in my little kit here, you see this little blue bag. That's what all of this stuff fits into when I got it all neatly organized. I keep 4 seasonings. Well, actually it's 3. But 2 of which are salt, 1 of them's chili powder, and 1 of them's black pepper. Those will fit nice and neat down in there. Under that, I have one of these Strike Force Paraceum rods. It's one of those with a little cap on the end here that comes off. Down inside of there, there is a one of those water-resistant fuel cubes. On top of that, I've packed dryer lint, and by dry I mean no wax or chapstick or any kind of additive to the dryer lint. I usually carry the little mini vice grips. Works great for the big pan. You know, I'm sure that I'd be able to use, you know, something along that lines right there and just kind of wedge it in there. You know, something to like that right there, something to lift it up without, you know, well, make myself look like a fool here. If I didn't have the rubber band on there, I'm sure it would work. You know, I could always go back to clamping it on there. But I use those. Those stay inside of here. 2 containers. Got to have 2 spoons. These little things are amazing. They're Thermos brand. When you buy a soup thermos or anything from Walmart sporting goods section, comes with one of these nice, neat little folding spoons here. These things are absolutely amazing. I mean, they fold up to that right there. I mean, just how cool is that? Look how tiny that is. Makes a full-size spoon. I keep 2 of those in there. A second source of fire. Fire still may not work. Waterproof safety matches will. Alright, now, you know, I always try and keep, you know, 2 of everything. Well, if you've noticed so far, I've got those 2 little sources of kindling in that Strike Force fire steel. Then I carry these little bad boys right here. Let's pick up a few of these so you can take a little bit of a look at them. This is that same dryer lint dipped in boiling wax. I mean, it really penetrates that little dryer lint. Yeah, these balls are very small. They don't hold a flame for an incredible amount of time, but they do hold a flame long enough for you to start whatever kind of kindling you got. I keep enough that if I had to use multiples, I could. Incredible. They'll start, fire sometimes even with the, good moist tinder. This wax being in them is just enough to keep the heat long enough to dry that little bit of tinder out. I don't know. I'll probably keep 10 or 15 of them in that pill bottle right there. Let's push all them back down in there. You can see how well they fit down in there. There we go. Nice little flat top. Fits in the kit well. Basically, I could take just that kit and be set up to cook just about any kind of meal I would want. Where's the knife, you ask? I know, most people always have some kind of cutting utensil in their cook set. Well, the way I look at that is, anytime I leave the house, I've got a Swiss Army knife in one pocket. Below that, I've got a multi-tool. And when I go out where I'm going to be in the woods, I have my neck knife. My neck knife has 60 some odd feet of parachute cord and a fire steel on that, which we'll cover that in another video for the bug out bag essentials. But so far, that's one pretty good cook set for me. Haven't run into a situation where I was in need of anything when I was cooking something with this cook set. Matter of fact, I really can't say there's been a time where I've used it and thought, man, I sure wish I had a pan or something a little bit better. But like I said, this one I'm not so sure about yet. The other two I've used, great success. I've used that one in the smaller style, awesome success. Huge shout out there for old Dave Canterbury for shooting me that idea on a while back. But like I said, I ran across that one in a garage sale. A lot heavier, steeper walls. I think that's going to be my new pan for my cooking set. This little bag here says ResMed. I use a CPAP machine, and every 6 months they send me one of these bags with my new mask in it. Well, I was to the point I really wasn't sure what I was going to do with them, and then I figured out that these cook sets fit in them perfectly. Takes out all the rattle, snugs down tight, fits in my kit just great. So there it is. Alright folks, there you have it. That's my cook set out of my bug out bag. Once again, this is my particular cook set. I know a lot of people out there have theirs modified their own way. Feel free to share some of your ideas and what you think about it. This has been another episode of Corn Fed Bushcraft, and until next time.